Well, that's right, Laura. In fact, we were in the yard of Al-Aqsa Hospital, and we saw people how they are really celebrating, and there were lots of signs of happiness and joy in Gaza following the Iranian blow that has been described among Palestinians against Israel in retaliation to the Israeli provocative and inflammatory attacks on both Lebanon and Iran. Which Palestinians have been described to be a very normal retaliation to the Israeli aggressions on the sovereignty of regional countries. Also, we saw how people watched the Iranian ballistic missiles flying over Gaza, moving and heading to the Israeli territories and the settlements, and a part of these missiles, in fact, landed in Gaza, but they were hitting what is so-called the Netzarim Corridor in the central areas of the Gaza Strip, and that's what is the Iranian statement has emphasized during the past few hours. Also, people have been expressing their happiness by saying that it was a very unprecedented retaliation that will have long-term impacts on Israel and would also trigger more huge retaliation and response from the Israeli side as a part of the retaliation against the Iranian attack. But we need to understand one main fact, and one striking one in Gaza, which is that following the Iranian retaliation, there has been a clear alert in Gaza where the Israeli fighter jets, drone jets, and all Israeli units were mobilized and started to strike Gaza in the past few hours. There have been plenty of strikes on residential homes and also on anyone is moving close to Netzarim Corridor, because the army has said that they have been taking ultimate precautions in case of any military move might be taken by Hamas or by any armed groups in order to attack and to storm Netzarim Corridor. Now, this is the general sentiment in Gaza. People are happy, but they are right now completely have more sense of fear and anxiety with the very active military movement by these drones and fighter jets now in the sky of the Strip.
Tareq, do some people there in Gaza, I mean, of course, Gazans have suffered a year of terrible situation there, numerous strikes, absolute devastation of the Strip. Some 41,600 people have been killed. There is not a family in Gaza that has not been affected by Israel's attacks, Israel's war on Gaza. Do they feel now that Israel is fighting in Lebanon, is turning its attention towards Iran, that some of the pressure on Gaza will be relieved?
Well, there is no any change in terms of the Israeli military momentum in Gaza. They believe here, people in Gaza that have been talking to them, they believe that now Israel is operating into fronts, and now there has been a clear concentration on Lebanon, but they have been following the same military approach in Gaza by launching more airstrikes, waging more attacks on residential sites and also civilian areas. They have been targeting areas that were previously designated for Palestinians as safe humanitarian zones. But people in Gaza believe that Lebanon has been backing up Gaza since the beginning of the conflict on October the 7th. And now it's quite hard to witness some sort of de-escalation in light of the Israeli clear intention to ramp up the military attacks on Lebanon, as we have witnessed in the past few weeks. And now with the expansion of the spot of the fighting now with Iran, the situation is getting much more complex. They believe that now the international concentration is on Lebanon, and that might dwindle the opportunity for Gazans in order to have more signs of agreements between Israel and Hamas in order to get a ceasefire deal. And we need to remind our viewers that there are still at least 100 Israeli hostages with Hamas's captivity that the Israeli Prime Minister so far did not take any serious step to bring back to the family. So all the focus now is on Lebanon, but in light of this, Israel is taking Lebanon and taking the advantage of these attacks to continue their military attacks on Gaza. And this is what all Palestinians now feel, that now we are lost, we are forgotten, as Israel now is working on two arenas, and they are even exerting more humanitarian, medical and security pressure on Palestinians here in the Strip.
OK, Tareq Abu Azzoum, many thanks indeed for joining us there on the phone from Gaza.